pitch as we're underway in the 2020 NFC Championship game. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Now back to throw. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the play. And let's not take for granted, in these conditions, that's never an easy pass and catch.
You really got to find a way to drive the ball. You know, get your grip. You know, that's why we see some of the guys now that put the gloves on when they throw the ball in this type of a condition. Sometimes the glove might make it too slippery. So you got to figure out what's going to work for you. But how about the receivers? Looking back and trying to locate the ball coming through snow and making sure they have full concentration.
And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. He got 29 yards that time. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackled there by Monte Nicholson. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back, away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
That changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
Now on 1st and goal, a chance to get a leg up in this NFC title game. They'll go with a keeper. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, got him halfway there. You don't see this.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. It's their quarterback taking it in. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Looking to throw on second down. Murray dumps it off for Geis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Throwing on first down. Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And in this weather, and I know you weren't a quarterback, you were on the defensive side of things, but how hard is it to throw that football?
It can't be easy because you never know how the moisture is going to affect things, and each quarterback handles it differently. Some of them are a little bit better than others. Depends whether we're wearing a glove, not wear a glove, how cold is it. You know, all those things go into it. But it goes to everything else. Keeping your footing when you're running routes. Supposedly you have the advantage as a receiver because you know where you're going, but that's not easy as well. Finally, just locating the ball when it finally comes through the snow. Kids love it. Kids love snow. Players, not so much at times. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Murray now. Steps away to his left. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage.
They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Watch him now, Barney.
On play action, they'll throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Hopkins, 87 yards. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is. Oh, this is blocked. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Yeah, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return, Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Here's Murray. He'll check it down to Geis. Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it second down. Back to throw. Murray, flush to his right. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. 3:19.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Gone!
To throw on second down. Murray flushed out right. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. On first and 10, Murray eluding the pressure right. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
Looking to throw on second down. Murray looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. 15 yards through the air and a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, Murray escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. To throw on second down, Murray flush to his right. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw on second down. Murray, and it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. On 3rd and 2, Murray under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Al Woods in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Now a timeout coming here defensively, as on 4th down, may as well make him punt it. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, and this one just a trippy. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him done.
Murray fighting, lost the football, and the Lions have recovered.
We've got plenty of weather here today. We've got some snow going on, and they've come out of a dome, and there have been two ways of getting ready for this. Some have said, don't worry about the weather, just practice in your normal conditions and handle it on game day. And others have said, find some weather, find some conditions somewhere, and try and get ready. What do you think?
Well, whatever the preparation there, the snow causing the fumble. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They will run again with Coleman. Bust through the tackle. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the 1st down.
He'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions add on to their lead. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept...
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Dancing to his left. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, this is Geis. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Looking to throw. Murray. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Hey, Sean Robinson. Continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general? Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Coleman. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Here's Coleman. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 3rd down, that's Coleman. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 30. Here's Jeff Locke now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Decent start there to the drive. Big hill to climb, needing 2 touchdowns, also a 2 two-point conversion.
So, partner, how do you eat an elephant?
I don't eat an elephant. Who eats an elephant?
Well, if you do it one bite at a time. Okay. That's the way they've got to play this. One play at a time. Yes, there's urgency, but they have to be careful as well.
Let's go with like a 50-ounce ribeye. One bite at a time.
All right, I'm with you.
Back to throw. Murray flushed out right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Throwing on first down. Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The coverage that time excellent by Nevin Lawson.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up second down.
Caught right side, Davis. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Forced out to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense. And this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Well, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. This is Coleman. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw. Looking deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. And he won't get to the markers. They're going to stop it for a second straight play right at the line of scrimmage. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Murray. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison. Forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Looking to throw. Murray eluding the pressure right. And this is caught at the 8. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 24 yards. From the gun, Murray. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. So here are the Redskins now. An important two-point conversion. Back to throw. Murray. That's caught at the 2. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Coleman now. Got some real estate inside the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. Tevin Coleman, 43 yards. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. On first down, Murray. Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the play. Throwing on first down, Murray. And that is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's third down. On third down, Murray buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And before the second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. To throw on second down, Murray being chased out left. Out to the left here to Reed. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for two here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Coleman, as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They said beginning of the year, they set a lofty goal, Charles, of getting to the Super Bowl. They fell one step short of that.
Oh, and that's going to hurt for a long time. That's going to be a big one for the offseason. Their goal now has to be not to wallow in it, but to use it as fuel for next year. Better offseason conditioning, great OTAs and minicamp. You know as well as I do, they'll have T-shirts in their lockers that say, unfinished business. They want to get back there and next time win it.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.